with us Mr. Mayur Datwit. So I'm very happy to introduce him to all of you. So he will be discussing with us about the Sahaja Yoga meditation. So Mr. Mayur Datwit basically works in the Flames Oil and Gas Company. And he is part of the design of oil and gas sector for the past 8 years. He has been practicing Sahaja Yoga since the last 3 years, and he has found Sahaja Yoga to benefit each and every human being in all aspects of life. So today we will be learning, or we will be listening to his experiences and how he get benefited and how we can get benefited from this particular Sahaja Yoga meditation technique. So with this brief introduction, I hand over the session to Mayurji and welcome him once again for this session. So over to Mayur.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the introduction. A very good afternoon to all the participants here. I welcome them all for this session on Sahaj Yoga. Okay. So we will start this session on Sahaj Yoga. I would just like to brief you how this session will go on. Okay. First, we'll have a brief introduction on Sahaj Yoga. Okay. Then we'll have some theory explanation on what Sahaj Yoga is, how it benefits you. Okay. And how you can do it at your home. It's a very simple way of doing meditation. Okay. And then we'll do a very small practical session which will give us experience of what is self realization, okay, and how Sahaj Yoga is very unique when it comes to different types of meditations and different types of yoga, okay. And post that we will have a small question and answer session. Okay, so I'll start with my presentation. I hope everybody can see the presentation.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay, so this is a small video on Sahaj Yoga. Okay, the introduction of Sahaj Yoga. So please go. We'll just go through this.
Voice of video is not. Is there any voice issue? This video?
It's okay, sir. No sound is there, but you can just see the slideshow. Okay, so this was a small video presentation, a slide presentation on the introduction of Sahaj Yoga. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Okay, so before we actually get into the basics and introduction of Sahaj Yoga, okay, I will just request all the participants to please close their eyes for next 20 seconds. Okay, I will request all the participants to please close their eyes for next 20 seconds and please open their eyes when I'll tell them to open the eyes. Okay, so please go ahead and close your eyes. Okay, I'll request the participants to please open their eyes. Okay, and I'd like to know from the participants like what happened when they closed their eyes. Can you can either speak on the mic or send a message. Okay, so we know like what happened when you closed your eyes. What happened? Okay. So like can yes. So Mr. Binu Paul says that he had rush of thoughts. Okay. So what happens is that whenever we close our eyes, okay, Madam Sally said that she felt relaxed and several thoughts came in and went. Okay. Yeah. So what generally happens is that, okay, whenever we close our eyes, okay, or we are doing anything, there's always a clutter of thoughts. Okay. There's a complete churning of thoughts going on in our mind. Okay. So that's what I just wanted to know from you, like what generally happens when you close your eyes, okay, and you try to relax or even try to meditate. Okay. So if you see on the screen, okay, so on the right side you'll see a pendulum of thoughts. Okay. So when we close our eyes, we had some thoughts in our mind. Okay. So when you try to analyze these thoughts, okay, you just try to analyze this thought, you'll just know that the thoughts that you had in your mind, okay, were either from your past, okay, or were either from the future. Okay. You'll never have this situation that when you had some thoughts from the present, okay, they're either from your past or either from the future. Okay. Going next, on the slide you can see a sinusoidal wave. Okay. So in the sinusoidal wave there is a upper portion which is stated as elation. Okay. And there is a bottom portion which is stated as depression. Okay. So generally what happens is that whenever we are having thoughts in our mind, okay, we are having thoughts, so these thoughts either create a state of elation, okay, or they either create a state of depression in our mind. Okay. So this then cycle is completely is like is perpetual cycle kind of. Okay. It goes on, it goes on and goes on. You're elated, you're depressed, you're elated, you're depressed, and these thoughts are always churning in your mind. Okay. So now if you see on this curve, okay, so there is elation and then there is depression. Okay. But if you come to this axis, okay, this blue colored axis, at this point there is an infinitesimally small element of time. You can say an element of time which is very very small. Okay. Where what's happening is that your thoughts have stopped. Okay. You are neither elated neither depressed. Okay. So what has happened in this very small time fraction, you didn't have any thoughts in your mind. Okay. But this is a very small moment of time. Okay. So what we are going to do through the practice of Sahaja Yoga meditation, this very small element of time, we are going to increase the span of this small element, okay, the small movement, into a sizable amount. Okay. And then we'll experience a state of thoughtlessness. Okay. A thoughtless awareness. So this is the purpose of doing Sahaja Yoga. We want to achieve a state of thoughtless awareness. Then we will also talk about why we want to achieve a state of thoughtless awareness. Going to the next slide, I'd like to quickly explain to you what are the four states of awareness. Starting from the bottommost state is the walking. Okay, in walking you have thoughts, you have the mental activity going on. Okay, and you have the physical activity going on. Physical activity is walking, mental is thinking. Yes, you're always thinking when you're walking or you're doing work or anything, right? The next state above that is a state of dreaming. Okay, here what has happened, this is a state above walking where you don't have you don't have any physical activity. Okay, but there is a mental activity that is going on, right? You are thinking, you are having thoughts. Okay, and these thoughts then become dream. Okay, so the mental activity is still there. Better than the state of dreaming, the state of deep sleep. Okay, in a state of deep sleep we don't have any dream. Okay, and we don't have any mental any physical activity. We're sleeping and no dreams. So if we go and think, okay, whenever we have a deep sleep state, okay, we feel very nice, we feel relaxed, we feel a state of very we have a very feel good factor when we are deep sleep. Okay, so we know that deep sleep gives us a very nice effect on ourselves. Okay, so we feel good. But if I talk about a state, okay, which is better than the state of deep sleep, okay, then that state is actually the state of thoughtlessness. So we can say that whatever benefits we reap, okay, when we have a state of deep sleep, they're going to have a definitely far better effect when we achieve a higher state, that is state of thoughtlessness. Okay, then the next slide. Okay, now many people might ask this question: why should I meditate? Okay, yeah, this is a valid question. Whenever you do anything, you first ask, why should I do it? Yeah, has it got any benefits for me, or I'm just doing it for the purpose of doing? No, when you do something, there has to be some result, right? So then, if we think about our present lifestyles, okay, then if you see around, you see that there are negative thoughts, right? We are being continuously bombarded upon ourselves from by negative thoughts from social media, from media, TV, news channel, and all that. Okay, so that creates a sort of negative environment around us, right? We are having stress. Okay, we are all working professional, so we have our projects, we have our deadlines, and all that stuff. Okay, so that creates a situation of stress where we are trying to do something but we are not able to do it. Okay, and then we are thinking about it day in and day out, day in and day out. Okay, and that leads to stress. Yeah, so there's one more type of thing called as workaholic pressure, where you're worried about your work, right? You have your deadlines, your projects, and your submission. Okay, then few people have issues. So few people have some chronic issues, so because of which they have to take medicines. So this is not good for our body. We all know that, yeah. But we have to take it. Why? Because the issues there, we have to solve it. So we are solving it by way of using medicine, but that's not good. We also know that. So to tackle all these issues, okay, we have to do meditation, and we will slowly learn in the next slide how we are going to tackle all these issues. Okay, so now we'll like to explain you the subtle system inside our body. Okay, uh, in our subtle system, okay, the main components of our subtle system include three main nadis or the energy channel. Okay, three main nadis or the energy channel. The left one in blue color is the ida nadi, okay, or the left channel. On the right side is the pingala nadi or the right channel, and in the center in white color is the sushumna nadi. Okay, and on these nadis we have seven energy channel. Okay, in Sanskrit we call these channels as chakras. Okay, okay, then when I said that some people have issues like chronic issues and they have to take medicine daily, right? So then I said that with the help of meditation you can avoid this medicine. So what, why did I say that? Okay, so if you say on the left side you can see these chakras. Okay, and on the right side you can say that you can see that these chakras have some relation with the organs in our body. Okay, so generally what happens is that whenever we have some disease or something, okay, then there is a kind of disbalance in one of our organs. So through the practice of Sahaja Yoga, okay, if we can cure the chakra, okay, the chakra is basically the root of that problem. Okay, so if there's some issue in that chakra and we try to give balance or try to heal that chakra, okay, then naturally what will happen is that the associated organ will also come into a state of balance, okay, and will get healed. So this is how many people through the practice of Sahaja Yoga have got free of any type of disease or medicines. Okay, and they are living a perfectly healthy life. Okay, now we'll just see this video about, yeah, so in Sahaja Yoga what we do is that if we go here in Sahaja Yoga, what actually happens that we do a process of self-realization where the kundalini which is seated in the sacrum bone, okay, is activated and rises through the sushumna nadi, the central nadi, okay, and reaches to the top chakra known as Sahasrara chakra. Okay, so then this is the process of self-realization, and we are going to do that practically in this session only. So we will see a video, okay, how this actually happens inside our body, and you can see that on the screen. Okay, so now you can see, now that you have seen this video, this is how the Kundalini travels from the sacrum bone, okay? And it passes through all the chakras and finally reaches the Sahasrara chakra. And that is the process of self-realization, which we'll do it practically in this session only. Okay, now something about the founder of Sahaj Yoga. Sahaj Yoga was founded on 5th May 1970 by Dr. Nirmala Srivastav, okay? And she herself is a doctor and she did her studies in medicine and psychology in 1940, okay? She was born on 21st March 1923. Shri Nirmala Devi traveled throughout the world and taught Sahaj Yoga for free to all the masses, okay, and did the process of en masse self-realization. As a result of that process, okay, today Sahaj Yoga is followed in more than 120 countries, okay, and is taught for free to each and every individuals, okay. And Sahaj Yoga has its centers in all the major cities in the world, okay. You can say in 120 countries around the world. So this is so this is one of the great thing about Sahaj Yoga, that it has a very mass following. Okay, then we will see why Sahaj Yoga is unique. Okay, so first thing is that seekers become their own doctor. The fact that I have explained that how how our organs depend on chakras. Okay, and by giving balance and healing to our chakras, we actually give balance and healing to the organs associated with it. So basically, we get free of any disease that we are suffering from a long time. Okay, or any normal disease as well. Sahaj Yoga is completely natural process. Okay, it is a completely spontaneous process, and you can feel how and why it is spontaneous when we actually go through the process of self-realization. Okay, then Sahaj Yoga is completely scientific. When I'm claiming that giving balance and healing to chakra can cure your disease, okay, so I am not just saying it for the purpose of saying. This has been proven scientifically by many scientists and doctors across the world, and this data is completely available for free on internet online. Okay, then this Sahaj Yoga is completely spontaneous. Okay, so even though the name is Sahaj Yoga, we do not have to do any physical activity or anything. This is a sort of a meditation technique, okay, which take cares of your mental, physical, and spiritual state of your body and your life. So you don't. It is very natural and effortless process. Okay. See, now this was the you can say the theory part. Okay, now we'll just directly go into the practical part, and we will have the experience of self-realization. For this, I will explain you the 3 steps that we have to do for self-realization. Okay, first I will explain you the steps. Okay, and once I have explained those to you, then we can perform the steps. Okay, the steps are very simple, just 3 steps. Okay, and then we'll verify how we have achieved the state of self-realization. Okay, so on the screen you can see, okay, we will you can either sit on the ground, okay, or you can be sitting on chair, no issues. But just make sure that if you're sitting on chair, make sure that your legs are touching ground. Yes, ma'am, we provide online training and we will share you the links for the same, ma'am. Okay. Yeah. So just make sure that your legs are wide apart, okay, and they're touching ground. So I just request, if in case you are wearing any footwear or something, so please just remove that for a time being, okay, and just make sure that your feet touch ground and they are wide apart, not intermingled. Or if you sit on the ground, that's also fine, okay. Then what we have to do in the first step, okay, your left hand, okay, will be on your lap, okay, the way you can see on this on the slide of representation, okay, and your right hand, okay, will be on the left side of your heart, okay, you'll keep it here, okay, and here we have to say an affirmation. Here we will say 12 times, Mother, I am the spirit. Okay, so we have to say 12 times, Mother, I am the spirit. So this is our first step. In the next step, our left hand will be always on our lap facing sky, the way it is shown on the slide, okay, and our right hand, in the first step it was on our heart, left side. Now on the second step, our right hand will be across our forehead, okay, like this. And here we will say an affirmation. We will say, oh Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Okay, we will say, oh Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Okay, in the third step, okay, once again our left hand will be on our lap, okay, and now if you can just see on the camera, okay, just see on the camera, we have to just spread our hands, spread our fingers like this, okay, and what we'll do, the center of our hand, we will keep it on our crown area, Okay, here. Okay, you have to keep your right hand, just spread your hand like this, spread your fingers like this, okay, and keep it at the top of your head. Okay, and now what you have to do, you have to rotate your hand 7 times in clockwise direction. Okay, you have to rotate your hand 7 times in clockwise direction like this. Okay, and when you rotate your hand 7 times in clockwise direction, make sure that the skin on your fontanel bone, okay, or the crown area, it rotates with your hand. You do it 7 times. And when we rotate it 7 times, we'll say an affirmation. We'll say, Mother, please give me my self realization. Okay. So this is the third and the final step. Okay. So I'd just like to ask this quick question to the participant. Does any participant have any doubt here, or else we'll directly go ahead and do the practice session, the practical session? Okay, so what I'll do, I'll once again do a quick recap. You can just see on the screen. Okay, in the first step, our left hand will be on our lap facing sky. Our right hand will be on the left side of our heart. Okay, and we will say, "Oh mother," and we will say, "Oh mother, please give us self-realization." Our right hand will be on the left heart. Okay, and we will say, "Oh mother, I am the spirit." We have to say this 12 times. We will say, "Oh mother, I am the pure spirit." In the second step, we will keep our right hand across our forehead, and we will say an affirmation. "Oh mother, please forgive." We will say, "Oh mother, I forgive everyone, including myself." In the third step, we will stretch our hand like this, keep it on the top of our head, the crown or the fontanel bone as we call it, and rotate our hand 7 times in the clockwise direction. And while we rotate our hand clockwise direction 7 times, we will say, "Oh mother, please give me my self realization." So this was the recap on the step. I will. We have to just make sure that when we do all these steps, our eyes will be closed, and we will open, and the participants will open their eyes once I ask them to open them. Okay. I request all the participants to please close their eyes now. Now we will all close our eyes, and we will start on the steps of self realization. Our eyes are closed. In the first step, our left hand will be always on our lap facing sky. Now our right hand is on the left side of our chest, on the left heart, we can say. Eyes are closed. We will say 12 times, "Oh mother, I am the pure spirit. Oh 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 mother, I am the pure spirit. O 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 mother, I am the pure spirit." In the next step, we will take our right hand on our forehead, across the forehead, and here we will just say, "O mother, I forgive everyone, including myself." We will say, "O mother, I forgive everyone, including myself." It doesn't matter how many times we say we forgive, it's important that we forgive everyone. We will once again say, "Oh mother, I forgive everyone, including myself." Now, the third step, we will stretch our hand, keep it at the top of our head, and rotate our hand 7 times in the clockwise direction. And when we rotate our hand 7 times in the clockwise direction, make sure that the skin on the fontanel bone or the scalp will rotate with your hand. We will start. We will say an affirmation, "Oh mother, please give me my self realization." We will say, "Oh mother, please give me my self realization. Oh 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 mother, please give me my self-realization. Oh mother, please give me my self-realization. Now we will bring our right hand on our lap slowly. Now both of our hands are on our lap facing sky. Slowly we will open our eyes. I will request all the participants to slowly open their eyes. Next, what we have to do, we will take our right hand. Now please look at the camera. Please look at the camera. We will take our right hand, okay, and we will check at the top of our head. Don't touch it on your head, okay, don't touch your hairs. Just check above your head, 1 or 2 inch above your head, and see if you feel something hot or cold coming out of your head. Check above your head if you could, if with your right hand, if you can feel something hot or cold coming out of your head. Okay, now you can bring back your right hand on the lap with your left hand. You check. Now we are done with the right hand, we'll check with our left hand, okay, above the top of your head. If we can feel something hot or cold, please check. Don't touch it on your head, just keep it above your head. Okay. Okay. Now bring back your left hand on your lap. Once again, check with your right hand. Okay. Once again, check. Do you feel hot, cold? Okay. Now bring your right hand on the lap. Okay. I saw a message by that somebody felt hot, so it's nice. Can the participants can start speaking on the mic, or they can just message and tell if they felt hot or cold. Shelly ma'am says hot. Okay. Okay. Participants are having now just now on your hands. Okay. Please check if you feel something hot, cold, or a tingling sensation. You can just send a message. Please check on the palm of your hands. Okay, if you feel something hot or cold coming out of your hand. Okay, please check. Okay, so what the thing that we felt on the top of our head. Okay, yeah, this is our kundalini, which was given activation to the process of self realization, and we could feel it on the top of our head the way we saw in the video. Yeah, correct. So Sally ma'am says that she's feeling cold on the hand, cold on the hand. So that's really nice. Okay. Uh, so what we are feeling on the palms of the hand, okay, and the top of our head is actually the Kundalini energy, which has got activation through the process of self realization, and now we can feel it on our palms and at the top of our head. So this was Mr. Prabhat Kumar says he felt cold. That's nice. Vasanti, yes, I will repeat the steps. If you can see on the you can either see on the camera or on the slides. The left hand, if you see, okay, will be always on your lap. Left hand always on the lap facing sky. In the first step, the right hand will be on your left heart, and you'll say 12 times, "Oh Mother, I am the pure spirit." This is the first step. Second step, your right hand will be across your forehead, and you will say, "Oh Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself." Here, it doesn't matter how many times you say, you have to just forgive everyone. In the third step, you just stretch your hand like this, keep it on the top of your fontanel bone, correct? And then you rotate it 7 times and say, "Oh Mother, please give me my self realization." So this is the process of self-realization. This is the steps for self-realization. So now we are done with the self-realization steps. Okay. So we have got our self-realization. Now what we have to do is that we have to start meditating at our home. What we have to do is that we have to just sit 5 to 10 minutes in the morning and sit for 5 to 10 minutes in the evening or night before you sleep. Okay, we will just close our eyes and sit. Even I'll request that participants to close their eyes and see how they feel. I'll request the participants to please close their eyes for next 20 seconds and please open the eyes when I'll ask them to. Please close your eyes. Okay, now I'll request the participants to please open their eyes. Sally ma'am is asking what is the meaning of hot and cold vibration. Yes, ma'am, that we will explain that to you. As of now, it doesn't matter whether it's hot or cold. What the thing that matters right now is that we have achieved the state of self-realization and we have vibration. We will definitely explain this to you through the follow-up sessions on the of the Surge Yoga, which are done on every Sundays for the new seekers. So we will give you the link and all and for that, so that you can go through that. Now I'd like to ask the participants what did they feel when they closed their eyes. Did they had a lesser amount of thoughts than what they had when at the start of the session? Can I know? Or they still had the same amount of thoughts? Mr. Binu Paul says he was slightly calm. Great. So what happens is that with the achievement of self-realization, you will be naturally blessed with less amount of thoughts. Yes, Dr. Krishna and the state says great. So what actually happens that when you have achieved the state of self-realization, you will be naturally blessed with a state of thoughtless awareness. Yeah. So what we talked about at the start regarding the achievement of a thoughtless awareness states. So you are blessed by that state when you achieve a state of self-realization. Okay. So that's why when we did this activity of closing their eyes for 20 seconds at the start of this session, and now when we're doing it, people are experiencing a lesser amount of thought load. And the reason is that since they have achieved self-realization, now they can be naturally spontaneously thoughtless. They don't have to put an effort into that. Okay, they will be naturally thoughtless. So now here is a we can have a small question and answer session for the participants if they have any. Participants can directly speak up, or they can just send on the chat. I have sent a link for the feedback form. Okay, and in this feedback form, we also have our WhatsApp group. So if the participants have any question related to the session, okay, they can just ask now, or they can also join us through this feedback forms in the WhatsApp group. Then how is this different from other yoga? Binu Pal sir has asked how this is different from the other yogas. Great. Sir, what's happening as of now is that whenever people when they talk about yoga, okay, they just feel that it is a set of exercises that they do. Okay, they do they do Padmasana and all types of asanas. So people have achieved a preconception about yoga is that it is just a set of exercises. But actually, the word yoga in Sanskrit or the word yog in Sanskrit is derived from a base word of huge. Okay, so the base word is huge, and the word huge means union. So the meaning of word yoga is the union. Okay, then what is the union actually? So this union is actually when you achieve a state of self realization, your kundalini, which is at the bottom of your body in the sacrum bone, okay, rises up and unites with the sahasrara chakra at the top of your head, which you felt on your hand. Okay, so this is the actual union. This is the actual yoga that should happen inside your body. Okay, so yoga has various steps. There is physical exercise and all that, but yoga itself doesn't mean that you should do just physical exercise. The actual meaning of the word yoga is union, and that should happen inside you. And when we did this self realization, you could actually feel that the kundalini shakti has risen inside your subtle system, and you could feel that on your hand. So that is the actual yoga. I hope this is clear, sir. Any other questions? Sir, if in case we don't have any other questions, then I know that it was for just 30 minutes. I exceeded my time. So we can then wrap up.
Yeah, dear participants, if you have any question, then you can write in the chat box, or
Yes,
if you can write to unmute yourself, then we'll be unmuting you. So otherwise, you can write in the chat box. There is one question visible to me, Mayur sir. May I?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So participant has written, what is the interpretation of the back and forth vibration or tingling sensation on the right palm?
Yes. So I'd just like to explain this in a way that what happens is that generally the feeling of kundalini, okay, is cold. Okay, but sometimes what happens is that the system. Okay, so we explained at the start. Okay, I'll just share my screen again. Okay, you can see it, right? Yeah. So you see this on your screen. This is a subtle system. Okay, at the bottom is the kundalini shakti, and what we said that this rises from the central channel, okay, and goes to the top at our sahasrara chakra, which we felt on our hand as cold or hot vibrations, or some people feel this as tingling sensation. Correct. So what happens is that we have a central channel, a channel on the left, and a channel on the right. But sometimes what happens is that sometimes this channel have some blockages. Okay, for a person who has relatively clear channel, okay, he will feel it as cold on his hands or at the top of the hand. Okay, but it might happen that we have some blockages on our channels. Okay, and then what happens that when the kundalini flows through this channel and it has some blockages, so what will happen is that kundalini will try to clear it. So kundalini will start the work of clearing this channel. And when it clears this, like when you see that you try to cut something, it will generate a certain amount of heat. Okay, so what happens is that when you have some blockages or some issues in that nadi or that channel, so it will appear on your hand as hot. Okay, but if your that channel is relatively clear, then you will feel it as cold. So that is the meaning of hot or cold. But it really doesn't matter today if you feel hot or cold. What matters is that you have this feeling of this cool breeze or the hot breeze. This hot breeze will turn into cool breeze, okay, through the practice of meditation, and it's nothing to be worried about.
Yeah, I think there is no more question. There is one question from Ms. Shelley. So if you can read that question, I think that will be visible to you also.
Oh yeah, I always heard that people request Sri Mataji that we forgive ourselves and others. But if I forgive others who did wrong to us, they again do wrong to us. Okay, so this is a really nice question from Sally ma'am. Okay, so what is the concept behind forgiving others? The concept is that if there's some issue, like if something has happened between us and some other person, and because of that we are angry with someone, okay, then the thing is that we actually do not do anything to that person. Okay, we are just angry, we are just anxious, and we are always thinking about that, and we are wasting a lot amount of energy on thinking about this issue. Okay, but when you forgive that person, okay, you don't relieve that person, but you relieve yourself of it. Okay, so anger is a sort of emotion. It won't hurt the other person, but it is going to hurt you. Okay, it is going to drain out a lot of energy from you, right? And you won't be able to focus on anything. But what happens is that whenever you forgive someone, when you forgive everyone, okay, you are free of that issue of anger, and the energy which was being utilized in that emotion of anger is now free, correct, to be used for some constructive purpose. And ma'am also says that that you forgive someone but the other person is still doing wrong with us. Okay, so for this I can just say that it's when you start forgiving someone, correct, then it doesn't matter to you that what if the person is doing something right or wrong. So when you try this practice of forgiving others, correct, then you will it will naturally happen with you that the other person even will stop doing the wrong things, correct. So that's what is the principle of forgiving others. So I'll just request you to start practicing this notion of forgiving others, okay, and we can assure you that sooner or later you'll have this experience that the other person who did something wrong, okay, will mend his ways and will stop doing something like this. So I hope the answer was okay. Thanks, ma'am. Mr. Binu Paul has asked some question. From present privately. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Tanuja, ma'am. Okay, and that's it, Salim, ma'am. Do we have any other questions? I will just. I hope all the participants have received the feedback link.
You can post again, sir.
Sure, sir. Okay, great.
So I think there is no more question.
Yes.
And participants may be contacting you privately or directly, or there may be further queries. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Mayurji, for letting us know about the benefits of Sahaja Yoga. Definitely, through this Sahaja Yoga meditation, the participants or anyone who is doing this yoga, so they will achieve peace, joy, and good health through Sahaja Yoga. And I'm sure that the participants have got benefited by attending this session. So with this, I thank you very much again for presenting about the Sahaja Yoga meditation. And we will be in touch with you for further presentations also. Thank you very much for joining the session.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your kind words. And from all the Sahaj Yoga team, we thank you for giving us an opportunity to have this session. Okay. Just lastly, I'll just say that I'll request all the participants to please fill in the feedback forms. Okay. I have also shared the chat WhatsApp group link for the new seekers, so the interested seekers can join there. Okay. Thanks a lot, sir. And I wish all the participants have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Dear participants, thank you very much for staying with us for this session also. So you can fill this feedback form and attendance link. Of course, the attendance is not compulsory; it will not be counted for the final attendance calculation. So I thank Neha, you especially for staying beyond the time which was allotted for us earlier. So thank you very much for your support also. Without your support, it is never possible to conduct this FTP in this way. Thank you very much.